In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to use SkillCoach Studio. This is a basic lesson. It is not advanced, but it should get you started. We're going to keep it simple so that you can create a lesson today using the SkillCoach Studio software. Start by opening it. Search for SkillCoach and choose SkillCoach Studio. Do not choose the screen capture. Choose the Studio and open it up. When it's open, it's going to ask you to create a new project. So do that. Create a new project, My Project, and save it. Click OK, and you will be ready to get started. In the main menu, you're going to have an option to capture screen. This is going to be one of the integral tools. So click Capture Screen, and the SkillCoach screen capturing tool will appear. This tool has a few buttons. Start, which will also, after you've started, turn into a stop button. You have the ability to select the area, a whole screen, or a custom region, and you have a configuration tab. There is only one setting I want you to adjust, and I'll talk about that now. After selecting the configuration button, a configuration window will appear. The only change I want you to make is to select your audio device. Use the drop-down menu and select the audio device that you are going to be using. After you do that, save your changes. But my recommendation is don't make any other changes. Not right now. When you become advanced, you can make changes like that. But the changes aren't really necessary. So keep the default settings for now and just adjust your audio device. After doing that, you should be ready to go. All of the other default settings should work for most people. And if you leave the defaults, you should have a good, solid video at the end. Assuming that you're teaching a quality lesson, your message should be able to be conveyed quite nicely as well. In this example, we're going to produce 3 short segments. One's going to be educating people about the blue region. Another is going to educate people about the red region. And then a third will be a summary that talks about the entire region. We're going to do this by using the custom tools on SkillCoach Screen Capture. When we select an area, we have 2 choices. We have the whole screen, or we have custom. And when we select custom, which would be selecting this monitor-like icon, we are given the choice to adjust our screen capture to fit a specific region. So that's what we're going to do with both the blue and the red regions. We're going to select the custom icon, which will create a window. And in that window, we can adjust the size to fit the area that we want to record. Once we've done that, we click the Start button in SkillCoach Screen Capture software. And when we do that, a countdown will begin. 3, 2, 1, and our recording begins. At this point, you can move your cursor around. You can talk about the blue region, educate people to the beauty of the blue region, and if this was a lesson, convey your message accordingly. Once finished, click Stop and name that short segment and click Save. And then repeat the process, this time for the red region. Adjust the size, make it fit as best as possible, click Start, let the countdown finish. Usually wait a couple seconds before you talk, and then teach people about the red region. Show them what you know about it. And then click Stop and save the red region. And then finally, select whole screen. And this one will cover the entire screen. When you do that, you'll be able to talk about both. Click Start, let the countdown complete, wait just a couple seconds, and summarize what you've taught people about both the blue and the red regions. When you're finished, click Stop again, save that short segment, and then click the red X in the SkillCoach screen capturing software. That will pre-populate those 3 short segments back into Studio. Once your short segments are all in Studio, your blue segment, your red segment, and your combined segment, we can then start to create the lesson that will comprise all 3 segments. Simply drag your videos into the timeline by pointing and clicking. You can expand the timeline so you get a better look at what you're doing. And then you can use our Playback button. As you can see, the Playback button will play back the videos so that you know what you're seeing and what you're presenting. You can also edit them using our scissors. If there's a part that you don't want included, edit it. You can do that using our scissors. Highlight it, and using the delete key on your computer, remove it. This is also a video editing software tool. And then, of course, you want clean transitions. And we have a few of them available, so add them in to make your lesson cool. And go back and look at it once more. Have a look at the transitions and how they work. Make sure your video says what you want it to say. And then save your project. We're almost done. The next step is to create the video itself. In the main menu, in the same file link that you use to save your project, there is also an export function. We'll use that to create the actual video. After making the edits by including the transitions, we'll have a video that's ready to be published. When we export, we want to use the default settings again. Click through, make sure it's saved where you want it to be saved, and then click Next. Immediately, the rendering process begins, and your video begins to be created. Once it's finished, you'll be able to watch your video to make sure it looks like you want it to look, and to make sure it says what you want it to say. It really can be that easy. Creating a lesson using the SkillCoach Studio and screen capture software could really take you just a few short minutes. But it will take some practice to become that efficient. So here are a few additional tips that I think will help you become efficient and allow you to create lessons very easily. The first, speak clearly. Don't rush your sentences. It's easier for people to understand if you speak slowly and clearly. Use your mouse as a pointer. People like to see what you're talking about. And when you use your mouse, people can see what you're doing and what you're referencing. Also, use pictures instead of text whenever possible. Now, you can't do that all the time, but it's much easier to reference a picture than it is for someone to read text. They say pictures speak 1,000 words, so whenever you can, use them. You can take pictures from your phone, download them onto your computer, and integrate them into your presentations if you want to. Or you can find pictures on the internet as well. My recommendation, in addition, is to use the custom screen option. The whole screen option works, and it's good for a broader view. But when you use the custom screen option, you allow your viewers to see quite clearly what it is that you're talking about. Be patient when starting a recording. This might be difficult for some people, but I usually wait a couple seconds after the countdown finishes before I begin to talk. If I need to shorten that, I can always do that by editing the video clip after I'm finished. The same thing goes with being patient when stopping. After you've finished, wait for a couple seconds before clicking stop. And if, when you review it, those couple seconds make it seem like an eternity, edit it and cut those couple seconds out. Do that with the scissors. The scissors are a very effective tool and allow you to edit those images. While you do that, don't forget to save it. If ever anything goes wrong, you might lose your work if you're not saving along the way. In addition, and I've recommended this already, try not to use other settings. Try to just stay with the default settings because those default settings are designed to optimize the video. If you have any trouble, let me know and I will help you. You should have my email address on file, but I think using this short video and these tips, you should be able to produce a quality lesson right now using the SkillCoach Studio and screen recording software. Have fun.